and welcome back to Angel or Devil. Last time, Ruvel protected us from the devil, and we grew even closer. I think I smell a backstory coming on, so let's continue on to Chapter 6. Ruvel main story, Chapter 6. The next day, I awoke like I would have any other morning, but what the? Ruvel's sleeping face was alarmingly close to my own. He was sound asleep in my bed. Seriously, he was sleeping on the couch over there last night. When did he? I carefully moved away so not to wake him up, but he clung to me. This again. Ruvel? I sighed softly, unable to escape from his firm grasp. If he keeps me here like this, I'm just gonna get sleepy all over again. Blanketed in his warmth, the desire to sleep came back to me. Great. I struggled to hold back a yawn, but in the end, I couldn't fight his warmth and slowly fell back to sleep. My fault? I'm not saying that. Ruvel and I were eating a late breakfast, the result of my sleeping in. But last night, you were over on the couch, weren't you? That was a shock. Sorry. I'm not sure when I moved to your bed either. Since when do you sleepwalk? Our conversation and breakfast came to an end. I sat down at my canvas and set to work drawing. Ruvel was close by, sketching. Perhaps it was thanks to my reassurance of having Ruvel close by, but my rough sketch was going well. Taking shape pretty well this time. While I was deep in thought, Ruvel looked over at me. Is it done? The sketch? I've still got a ways to go. I smiled back at him, then went to pick up the mail. I brought the mail back to my room when a certain flyer caught my eye. A fireworks show. Hearing me mutter, Ruvel came and craned over me. Fireworks show, huh? Yeah, they have this every year at the river. Looks like it's the day after tomorrow. I offered him the flyer and he looked it over. He seemed so interested in it that I piped up. I wonder if he wants to go. Would you like to go? He handed the flyer back to me. Not really. Ouch. With that, he returned to sketching. Maybe he's not interested in fireworks? That's too bad. What's too bad? I was just thinking that maybe we could go together. Ruvel's eyebrows moved in surprise. Together? Sure, but if you're not interested... He sniffed as a smile came to his lips. It's okay. I'll go. Huh? I enjoy pretty things. Fireworks included, of course. I see, but are you sure? I asked cheerfully and... Of course I'm sure. Alright then, now, a Japanese fireworks show calls for a yukata. So it does, for you anyways. Then Ruvel doesn't want to wear one with me. I sighed softly. But this still means we'll get to see the fireworks show together. I switched modes of thought and brought some chocolate from the kitchen. Here, have some. His eyebrows came together in confusion. No thanks. Huh? For a brief moment, I shared his surprise, but then chuckled. There's no whiskey or anything in these. It's fine, it's just delicious chocolate. He glanced at it nervously. Delicious, you say? Cute. Yeah, have some. Ruvel still couldn't bring himself to take it. You think I'm lying? Not really. I just wouldn't want things to end up like they did last time. I smiled. You mean you think I'm lying? It's just regular chocolate. Honest. Believe me. Believe you? Yeah. I nodded earnestly. He popped a single chocolate in his mouth. It is good. See? Normally, believing in anything never gets you anywhere. He whispered, looking conflicted. Come on, don't be such a pessimist. You can't do anything if you won't believe in anything. You can't do anything? Yeah, sure you might get hurt on odd occasions, but doubting people, thinking darkly, won't let anything good happen to you either. I smiled briefly and he took it in for a moment. That's a remarkable thought. I blushed to see him so impressed. You think so? I do. It's not something I can uphold, though. His eyes started away and faced him with another smile. Oh, please, you can do it. I know it. I can't. Yes, you can. Whatever happened to putting your mind to it? This is just what my brother told me, though. His eyes jerked back to meet mine. What's that supposed to mean? Huh? It's just that they say when there's a will, there's a way. When there's a will, there's a way. So I was thinking that it'd be nice if you thought more positively like that. Ruvel stared off into the distance, his face full of skepticism. I'll think about it. See, that's a terrible start. Why don't you start out by wearing a yukata with me the day after tomorrow? That shouldn't be relevant. Ruvel's expression softened as we continued to speak. I feel as though the gap between us was steadily closing. Meanwhile, Diablo was loitering about the human world's skies. There, Lattice made a stately appearance. You look like you've been injured. How are you feeling? Great, just great, damn it. Lattice burst into a snicker. But for you of all demons to sustain such an injury, I don't think I've ever seen Ruvel get that serious. Diablo's eyebrows came firmly together. I slipped up a bit. You slipped up, did you? Diablo turned away, perhaps insulted. But don't you think they're walking down a bad path together? I'm pretty sure the girl has a thing for Ruvel too. She couldn't. You can see it too, right? We've lost this battle. Lattice looked away uncomfortably. It's not as though we were supposed to be battling for her. His face hardened into a serious expression. I'll go and confirm this. He started to leave. He turned his back to Diavol. Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Several hours later, with my rough sketch mostly complete, I nodded in satisfaction. I guess that about does it. Hey, Ruvel, could you come look at this painting? I looked over at Ruvel, but, he was asleep, slumped against the wall. Well, she's asleep. I laughed quietly. I bought a blanket over from the bed and draped it over him before going to the kitchen, intent on making him dinner. This is why I didn't realize that he had only pretended to be asleep. That night, where did he get off to? I awaited Ruvel's return. The moment we finished dinner, he left the apartment, saying he was going to go out for a bit. Maybe I should just go to sleep. Just when I was about to get ready for bed. I'm back. Ruvel had returned. Welcome back. Where did you get off to? But he wouldn't give a definite answer. Nowhere. He answered me curtly before sitting down near me. More important, can we sleep together tonight? Huh? As I stared at him slack-jawed, his line of sight moved over to the bed. Sleep together? That sounds an awful lot like... Okay, but no funny business. Well, we did sleep together this morning, so if you can refrain from any funny business. Ruvel's eyebrows rose. What's funny business? My mouth gaped slightly. What? Well, it's... I paused to clear my throat. Nothing. That just makes me all the more curious. What is it? Under his confused stare, my cheeks began to heat up. You gotta be faking this. You got me. I sighed in irritation. If that's how it's gonna be, then we sleep separately. I moved over to the bed when it was a joke. Without a moment's pause, he climbed into bed with me. Wait, Ruvel. What? As if it was only natural, upon entering my bed, he hugged me. What do you mean, what? Good night. I closed my eyes, and in no time at all, I was drifting off. He just doesn't listen. Slightly frustrated when I changed positions. Kayla. Suddenly hearing my name, my pulse quickened. Huh? When we're together. His whisper cut through the quiet of night. It's warm. Sure. Let's go to that fireworks show. Together. His soft breathing radiating seemed to spread through my body. As I felt this, we both fell asleep. Several hours before... Well, Mr. Hades is talking my ear off, saying that I've got no time. Ruvel looked away. I know. So you say, but you're taking your sweet time about this. He laughed cheerfully. It's easy to tell when you put your back into the business. I might understand you're not up for this job. Rainer's voice lowered. If it's that tough, I can do it for you. His eyes glinted dangerously, and Ruvel faced him with a fierce look. No, I'll be the one. Don't touch her. The next morning, when I woke up, a familiar scene was before me. Looking at Ruvel's sleeping face, I began to smile. It sure is nice. Thinking happily, I rose up to find... Good morning, milady. Lattice stood by the bed, smiling gently. Good morning. He briefly looked over at Ruvel, who was sleeping beside me, before sighing quietly. In one ear and out the other. My eyebrows fell, a dry frown forming on my face. Yeah, sorry, but I wanted to be together with Ruvel. Meaning you're fine with not going to heaven, correct? His casual damning remark shook me deeply. Well, I felt quiet, but before long, Lattice smiled kindly. Why don't you come with me? If you keep this up, you won't be able to see your brother. He extended a hand to me. But... I haltingly began to answer when Ruvel, still beside me, clung on to me. Looking down, it appeared that he was still sleeping, his breath low. After a period of looking at Ruvel's face, I looked back up at Lattice and chose my words carefully. I will go with Ruvel. I'm giving up on heaven. Feeling the warmth of Ruvel's touch, I gave him my honest opinion. Dang, that's serious. And that was also like the shortest chapter ever. Why are these so short? But we've got mail from Ruvel. It feels really good sleeping with you. The warmth is incredibly relaxing. We don't have much time left, but I won't forget this warmth, so anytime now. Okay guys, well I guess we'll find out some more information in chapter 7, so see you there. Bye!